Hello, everyone, and welcome to From Bronx to Hong Kong. And my name is Sajata E. Today, we're going to be talking to a very special guest. Hello, Freddie. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Great. So, please tell me your full name and state your company affiliation.
Okay. So my name is Fredie Chan in Chinese name, and I'm an independent filmmaker, and I'm also a teacher in HKICC School of Creativity, teaching film and video arts.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, briefly tell us why you went into documentary filmmaking instead of any other form of media or arts.
Okay. So my bachelor degree was not art or filmmaking. I studied cultural studies. So when I was in university, I got a lot of chances to meet lots of NGOs and deprived group, those community that they're serving or staying with. And I had some idea to be working with NGOs or mass media when I graduate. And in the end, I find a job that working in radio, television, Hong Kong, in the public affair unit. And I work as the television video journalist. That's how I started shooting video. But that was news magazines program. And I felt really happy because I learned something more technically in other media.
Okay.
Yes. And after 3 years working in the television, I quit because I found that I didn't have a strong sense of journalism. I mean, to
be a journalist.
Yeah, to be a journalist, working for the journalism industry.
Yeah.
But I quit, and I start asking myself, what should I do? I try to make myself carry on picking up my camera.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I try to name myself what I am if I'm not a journalist anymore. And I started making films since 2008 until now. So that 10 years already.
Awesome. Do you believe in the current form of storytelling is sustainable in Hong Kong? So the current actual form in Hong Kong that's going on today, do you believe that it is sustainable? And where
you mean art form or
the art form, but also the different forms that are currently in circulation right now?
Okay.
Do you think that they're sustainable in Hong Kong?
Sustainable?
Yes. Do you think that they will keep going? Do you think that is
sustainable in the sense of economically?
Economically, technically. Do you think that it is long lasting?
Okay.
The current state of it.
Yes. I would say video, this form, is evolving.
Okay.
Yep. Evolving in the sense of economy and also creativity as well. When I'm teaching my students about filmmaking, sometimes they ask me, why should I learn filmmaking? Why not making IG video? Okay. So why should I spend so much time to learn the so complicated filmmaking process instead of just using a mobile phone to shoot and to edit? Just press button and export a video that you don't know which format is that. Okay. And on the other hand, some students, they're really good at making video for IG.
Okay.
And they get sponsored from commercial entity, NGOs. They earn more money than the filmmaker and the teacher. So I would say it's evolving.
Okay.
Because filmmaking seems that it is one particular group of people using a very specific mode of production.
Yeah.
Okay, but on the other hand, technology just evolved so fast that there are lots of gadget,
Lots of gadgets.
lots of gadgets.
Lots of toys, everybody. Lots of freaking toys we got going on everywhere. And it's moving faster than the both of us. Yes.
Yes, and students just asked me, we're all watching the video in the mobile phone. Why should you bring us to lessons in a cinema, in this cinema? Why should I do that? And I have to differentiate filmmaking with making video for the social media. And because things get evolving so fast, and filmmaking to a certain extent is a professional skills and knowledge that you have to acquire. On the other hand, it's so handy that you forget the importance behind in terms of mentality. Lots of issue behind the culture, and also technically you have to learn more instead of just using phone. So I would say it's evolving very fast.
Evolving, yeah.
Yes, it's evolving.
Okay, so it's evolving. Cool. It's evolving, people. Okay, so how has the stories you have collected over the years impacted your life on a personal level, Freddie?
On a personal level.
Yes, on a personal level. Not just on a career level, on a personal level. How has it impacted your life?
Okay, so the biggest impact for me was that when I shot about social movement activism in Hong Kong, that activists were always going out to protest and make voice for the community that's not being heard. Okay. Until there were some activists who were quite good friendship with me. And after one social movement, they become a farmer. That was the first social movement that he and me has ever participated in, not in the city, but in countryside, in a village, protecting the village against the speed railway project, the speed railway, the link in Yunnan, in the northwest of Hong Kong. After the protest, the villagers were evacuated, but some activists still stayed there and learned to be a farmer. That impacts me a lot, and I make one film about this story. It's called The Weight of Paddy. Yep. So in the film, I've been asking myself, why am I doing filmmaking? In the film, we had dialogue with the young activist who become farmer. He has been asking me, why do you become a filmmaker? When you're asking me, why did I make a decision to be a farmer? That impacted me a lot, because we're no longer doing something helping the others. We have to ask ourselves, okay, so the farmers being evacuated, and you said you value their skills and value their wisdom. What if you also stay there in the piece of land and become a farmer? You have the same role as the people that you described, that you need to help them. You're no longer helping them. You're doing yourself. Instead of going out to the street to protest, and what do? To sustain yourself, and also to ask, what do you want to be? So in the film, the farmer asked me, I asked him. That impacts me a lot. I'm not making video to help others anymore. I have to learn how to describe yourself as a filmmaker, and what is your ideas behind every single artwork, the methodology, and also the content, the shooting, relationship with your characters, the ethics of documentary. I start to go into arts itself. Final
question, Fred. How do you believe your trip to New York City will improve your career as a filmmaker, or do you think it won't make a difference or an impact at all?
Okay. I've been doing filmmaking in Hong Kong, and I like to shoot or know the community, which the voices not being heard. Farmers, laborers, grassroots community. Okay, but those are only Chinese and Cantonese.
Okay.
On the other hand, sometimes I will go to other countries to join the movement. For example, like I have told you before, I went to the anti-G8 summit in Japan, which is a very international mobilization.
Yeah.
And I've been to Mexico. Yep. To the Zapatistas communities, also very international movement. So I would like to experiment the education methodology or filmmaking methodology
Okay.
that I do in Hong Kong with the grassroots community in New York. Because I'll be minority, I'm pretty sure.
So am I. He doesn't get. We're minorities, guys, but it's okay. Minority.
I mean, in Hong Kong, 90% of Hong Kong population are Cantonese and Chinese.
Yeah.
So I'm not minority.
You're not. No, you're not a minority. You are the majority. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel quite excited to be in New York, to be a minority
Amongst the many minority.
Yes. And also because filmmaking with a group of people involve lots of dynamics.
Yeah.
And some friends who have been to New York, they remind me dynamics might be named or might be described as racial politics.
Yes.
Okay, so there are too many different kinds of people in New York. And how would I be able to realize my belief to do filmmaking with grassroots? Grassroots could be different races, different classes. And I would like to experiment that. And I don't know. I don't expect to do a huge project. I just want to try to explore if I could have a little bit experience, at least. Maybe have class, workshops, and make a short video with some teenagers in New York who are really interested in filmmaking. Maybe not just teenagers.
We have those.
Yeah.
From
They have their voice. As long as they have the voice and want to express, let's do it together.
Yes, absolutely. Teenagers, like the Point CDC and other places like that explore that filmmaking for teenagers, definitely something.
Would that help my career? I don't know.
You don't know if they have it, but it's definitely something of interest. Yeah.
Yes, but that's the things I want to do.
Okay.
And have been doing for the last 10 years. I just carry on.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me, Fredie, and I appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, thank you.